attention. Believe it or not, here in the wealthiest nation on earth, in 38 states, more than 1 in 5 children are hungry or are at risk of going hungry. Here in the nation's capital, the figure's even higher, according to the No Kid Hungry campaign. Embarrassingly large percentages of American children rely on their schools for their only reliable access to food. And yet, Congress is dragging its feet on legislation to improve childhood nutrition in this country. As of Friday, Congress will be a month past its deadline. And that's why Oscar winner Jeff Bridges arrived in D.C. today, hoping to give lawmakers a friendly nudge. Jeff Bridges is joining me now. He's a spokesman for Share Our Strength's No Kid Hungry campaign. Along with him is the organization's CEO and founder, Billy Shore. Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jake.
So, Jeff, let me just start with you. How are your meetings on Capitol Hill, and why are lawmakers dragging their feet on this?
Well, I am so happy to report about this wonderful meeting that we just attended to with Senator Roberts and Senator Stabenow, who are the heads of the committee on the Children's Nutrition Reauthorization Bill that's up. And both of them were very encouraging about passing this bill, especially Senator Roberts. He looked at me and said, if you get on CNN, you can say, we're doing this. So I'm really happy to report that. And also, we talked about ways that the bill could be improved. And that was very heartening as well. You know, for instance, currently, if a kid comes to a summer meal site and it's raining, a summer storm breaks out, the kid isn't allowed to take that food home with them. They've got to go home without being fed, and all that food is thrown away. So we want to turn that around, change that.
Summer meals, Billy, you and I have talked about this before. Summer meals, incredibly important because even though there's no school, the kids still got to eat.
That's right, and so many kids are used to getting their meals at school. We've got 22 million kids in the country who get a free or reduced priced lunch, but in the summertime, only 4 million of the 22 million are getting fed. And so this child nutrition reauthorization that we've worked on that has lots of bipartisan support now is designed to reform the summer program for the first time in about 40 years to say, let's find ways not just to bring kids to where the food is, but to get the food to the kids. It's a very solvable problem.
I know it's not your nature to be a skeptic or to be cynical, Jeff, but I don't know how you've been trying to fight hunger in the world and here at home for decades, literally for decades. And the idea that school kids, that there's such an afterthought on Capitol Hill, how do you not be cynical?
Well, you know, cynicism, that's my personal battle, and I think a battle for a lot of folks out there is exactly what you say. What do you do about that? It's important that we don't get cynical and not do anything. We've got to really continue to work on this together. And as we've talked about, historically, this issue of feeding our kids has been a bipartisan issue going back into the 70s with Bob Dole and George McGovern, you know, with the WIC program and food stamps and the lunch program. So it was great to have this meeting today and see that, again, the two parties are being brought together. And I know, like many of the viewers out there, you probably look at you know, what's going on in the Hill, and you say, why can't you guys get together? Come on, a little harmony or something, you know. But it was you know, wonderful to see that this is something that everybody's working together on, and we're going to do this.
And speaking of harmony, there is a way that those watching at home who want to help out in some way can do so right now.
Yeah. I don't know if well, did you see the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah.
And you might have seen me with a singing bowl and oming some people to sleep for a Squarespace ad. And Squarespace is this website design company, and they produced this album for me called Sleeping Tapes. And all of the proceeds to this goes to No Kid Hungry. And folks can go to iTunes and pick up this album, and the portion of the proceeds will go to No Kid Hungry, or they can go to Dreaming with Jeff and find out about how we made it and also get the album that way.
All right, the program is called No Kid Hungry. The organization is Share Our Strength. Thank you so much, Billy Shore, Jeff Bridges. An honor to have you here. Appreciate it.